Hi there, Scott Hamilton, ROCKFILE, back with another podcast review for your ears. Going to be talking briefly about the 2004 classic Shaun of the Dead. So the next three podcasts I will be uploading are actually going to be short and about the Three Flavors Cornetto trilogy. They're going to be short because you just watch these movies. Just don't listen to reviews about them. The short version is Shaun of the Dead is one of the funniest movies ever made. I love it. It's one of my all-time favorites. End of story. Edgar Wright made Shaun of the Dead for $6 million, went on to gross $30 million, and he's had a huge career. He's gone on to do Baby Driver and Scott Pilgrim and bigger movies, and the most recent Last Night in Soho. But a lot of people love the Cornetto trilogy, and I am one of them. I actually just watched them backwards. It was a Black Friday deal. I got all three of them on 4K for pennies each, a few bucks each. Yes, I've already owned the movies on Blu-ray, but they're supposed to have better soundtracks, better pictures, so why not? I'm a huge fan. And the other thing is, the original movies did not come with digital copies. So now I have digital copies of the movies. So when rewatching the movies, this still is my favorite of the three. I think it's a perfect comedy. Every little thing. This is a movie you can watch 2 or 3 times in a row and pick up other things. Every answer Shaun gives to a question is funny. There's references that you don't even catch the first, second, or third times to all the Night of the Living Dead movies. Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead. There's references in here. Every other zombie movie ever made, there's references in here. Romantic comedies, classic movies. There's a scene in the movie, and I didn't remember this, when they started calling these movies the Cornetto trilogy. We don't have that dessert here in the United States, so I didn't even know what it was. It's an ice cream with 3 flavors in it. And it's actually Edgar Wright's hangover cure. We see Ed in Shaun of the Dead getting it, bring me one back from the store for his hangover. And so this movie signifies the strawberry red of the blood, you know. We'll have to get into when I review the other 2 movies what those colors are. I'll have to look that up. But Shaun of the Dead is a quintessential, one of the reviews I read calls it a transnational comedy. Okay. I guess because anybody in the world can watch it and still find it funny. It's very British. It takes place in London. But yeah, pretty much anybody. It's all funny if you get through the accents. I remember at the time I was married, and my wife was like, "What are you taking us to see?" She had no idea. Liked it though. I don't know anybody's ever disliked it. It's at like 94% and 96% on Rotten Tomatoes, some incredibly high number for something this gory. It works as a zombie film because it doesn't pull any punches on the zombie stuff. It's got some pretty serious zombie stuff in it, but it's a very funny movie. And it launched Edgar Wright's career. So, Shaun of the Dead, the journey of one man trying to make his life better and still make it to the Winchester every night, the bar that they're in. Kind of a shame that, you know, everything starts going well for him by the time everybody dies. But anyway, I don't know if you can hear Mickey's having dinner in the room behind me. I don't know why the dog has to eat in here. He brings a mouthful of food in here, drops it on the floor, and eats it so he can be in here with me and Archer. Strange. Shaun of the Dead is quintessential classic comedy, 2004, Edgar Wright. If you haven't seen Spaced, that's what he, Simon Pegg, and the rest of them did before they started making movies. It's a very funny British TV show. But Shaun of the Dead, it's available on DVD, Blu-ray, 4K, and in the Cornetto trilogy. By the way, buying that box set is much cheaper than buying the movie separately on 4K. So if you're going to indulge, just wait for that box set to go on sale again. It's a nice little set with 6 discs, 3 Blu-rays, 3 4Ks, and Shaun of the Dead is just... Also, by the way, watching them backwards, I figured the At World's End would be the best looking one because it was the newest one. But actually, Shaun of the Dead, although it has a little bit of film grain because it was filmed on, you know, pretty big, thick stock grain film, colors really pop. The reds, from the blood to there's a lot of red, the pen on his white shirt, that kind of stuff. Red, really deep reds in this movie. Really, really good. That was one thing I noticed, that the color's more vivid in this than the other two movies, and they're newer. So Shaun of the Dead holds up very well on 4K, and you need to own a copy of it in some way, shape, or form in your collection, because it's just a good movie to pull out and make everybody happy. It's a fun time if you can handle the violence. Shaun of the Dead, 2004, Edgar Wright, classic. Scott Hamilton, I'm ROCKFILE. My links are below. Thank you for taking time out of your day to listen to my podcast. There are many more where this came from. Thank you for listening.